Hello and welcome on Virgin Knits. I am Alice and I am your host on this mainly knitting channel. I just wanted to start this video with two things actually. It's Monday evening, it's 9 p.m. I'm gonna go to sleep very soon. I'm sipping my herbal tea before bed. And yeah, there was no major updates on my two big projects, which are my Scotty sweater and the Pagan Sky sweater I am making for my husband. But I am working on projects that I have shown at the end of my last video. I had made a Czarna, I think that's how you say it. The J was not placed how I thought it was, so this is first one I made it yesterday, so Sunday. It took most of my afternoon, but I was chatting with my husband and kids at the same time. And so yeah, I made one and I started another one yesterday, but I actually finished the first side this morning. I woke up before my alarm, and so I took advantage of that extra time to finish the first side and pick up the stitches, and then I started working on it at work during my lunch break, and then a little bit while dinner was in preparation tonight. So here it is. Where am I? I mean, it's kind of hard to show, but yeah, here it is. And I'm trying to find out how to explain that, but as you can see, there are lines here, 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 everywhere, like on each point of the star on both sides. That's where the decreases are made. I don't know if, yeah, that's where the decreases are made. And those are centered double decreases, and in this pattern and in so many others, when I've been doing centered double decreases, I followed the instructions, and I didn't have the results, like the same results as on the pictures of whatever I was knitting. And it was the same here. And don't ask me why, it never occurred to me to just go watch a YouTube video, because the explanations seemed pretty straightforward, which they were like slip the two first stitches knitwise, knit the third stitch, and like take the two first stitches and bind them over the third one. And I was like, I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right. I don't need a video. I'm doing it right, but I never have the right look on it. And today at work, I was not on my lunch break, so I was not working on this. I was actually updating that spreadsheet that I work on every day, kind of all day long, doing something completely else. And sometimes, guys, I swear, I don't know if I'm the only one, but my brain is never quiet. Like, I wish it would just stop talking about any and everything all the time, but that's how it is in my head. And so I feel like I often have a hard time focusing on just one thing. So it's annoying, to say the least, most of the time. And every once in a while it comes in handy, like in this case when my brain thinks that center double decreases while I'm solving logistics issues. And it was like light bulb in my head going on, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I'm not supposed to slip the 2 first stitches one at a time. I'm supposed to take the 2 first stitches knitwise, but like going to catch the second one first and then the first one, and just slip them together, and then you knit the third one and you pass the 2 first over, and that's how you end up with the middle one showing, and you got the right aesthetic, which is yeah, it won't focus, but which is basically not this one. That's not what it's supposed to look. So yeah, I've made the mistake on this one, and I've started the other one doing the way I was doing it. So I'm gonna finish it that way, but for the next ones I will do it properly and it will look much better. So yeah, that's for the first subject I wanted to talk about. The second one is, sorry, putting a bit of hand cream on my hands. I have very, very dry hands, like many of you knitters, I guess. But yeah, another subject I wanted to talk about is, we are February 2nd, and so this is the start of Finish It February. And I've tried for a few other years to do Finish It February, but I've always failed because I didn't have the good motivation, I guess, which is too bad because I have lots of ongoing projects. Some of those have been lingering for quite a long while and they deserve to be picked up again. So that is, first of all, my Cousteau sweater right here that I have shown in the first episode. It's just missing the ribbing on the bottom of the sweater, but I am losing Yarn Chicken, the yarn dyer, who is a local yarn dyer to me, has dyed a mini skein for me that I can alternate with this leftover to make sure I don't have any dye lot issues. I just didn't make time to go get it, so go get the yarn, finish this sweater. It's beautiful, and honestly, it's a fingering weight yarn sweater. I think it's gonna be beautiful for spring, and yeah, not sure if this is really my color, but I love it, so it doesn't matter. So that's the first project I like to finish, and it's a rather easy one because I am so eager to have this one, like the finished objects. The other thing I would like to start again on is this pair of socks where I basically have only one sock, and it's a very basic vanilla sock. I cannot remember how many stitches I cast on. I think I started anyway. I can remember where I started. I can remember how many stitches I cast on. I don't remember much, to be honest, but I know how to read my knits, so I can just count my stitches, and then given that it is a self-striping yarn, it's going to be rather easy to make the same amounts of rows. This was I have a label in it, I can feel it. This was West Yorkshire Spinner's signature 4-ply. I remember that much. And yeah, I couldn't remember the color. It's called Blue Lagoon. And it's they have a whole collection with Cocktail's name on their colors, and I love it. I think they are all beautiful, but yeah, this is what it gives. And honestly, This yarn was offered to me and I already made a pair of socks in it for my sister-in-law who offered it to me. And I wanted to make one for myself, but that's where it ended. And this is undyed sock yarn. Can't really remember which brand it is, but yeah, here it is. And that's what it does. And I really love my hand knit socks, so I'd love to finish this. That's a rather easy one. Then what do I have here? I didn't pull everything out because I have a lot of lingering whips and I didn't have the energy to pull everything out tonight. I'm craving my bed right now, but I thought I would at least do that. Then there's, oh my gosh, that's this one I'm on the fence about because I was so excited about the project at the time and I stopped so close to the end, but I remember exactly why. So my son is a big fan of Harry Potter and I wanted to make him a little, so it was years ago and like, I'm not kidding, it was probably at least 3 years ago. He's now 12, so I don't know if he would appreciate it the same way, but I wanted to make him this beautiful, I don't know if you will see it. It's a softie of an owl. It's the Snowy Owl by Claire Garland or Dot Pebble Knits. Do I have? Yeah, I don't know. I will put other images on the screen, but it's a beautiful softie. But first of all, it's not that easy. Like I think my English is pretty good, but sometimes I struggle to understand the pattern and I don't know if it's because my English is like, because it's a foreign language to me, maybe that's why I struggle in understanding it, or maybe it's the pattern that is unclear. I don't know. Anyway, that's one thing. And the second thing is, I was going so well and I reached the point where I should put the eyes on and I bought the eyes and everything and I tried to shape the face of the owl and it's looking so terrible. Like, this is, the point was to do Hedwig from Harry Potter and this is E.T. Like, it's not an owl, it's an alien, so I'm really, oh Lord, I'm looking at the picture right now and I can see where, like, what is not right with mine, but at the same time, it's like I cannot shape it properly, so yeah. It's too bad because I really, really wanted to make that for my son, and I know even if he is 12, like he would still love it if I could do it properly. So if you have any suggestion on how to, like, the eyes are supposed to be much more inside here and this part with the beak should pop up more. But when I kind of manage to make one side, the other one won't stay, like, I can't do it, like, it's not working for me. So I wish I could find the courage to go back on it, because I know I've marked on my pattern where I was, so it's not that hard to, yeah, I'm right here. It's actually quite simple. I've ticked quite a few lines and then I'm here where they explain how to shape the head and I can't do it properly for the life of me. So to the credits of the designer, there is written literally on it, may I also add, it's really worth getting this bit right. It took ages with mine. Well, it took years for mine too. Anyway, yeah, I hope I'll be able to do that. I would really like to be able to do this one properly and offer it to my son and make a happy kid. Look, I had found little golden eyes that I loved and everything. So yeah, that's one I'd really like to finish. So sock, old plushie. Another thing, and that's for my daughters this time, and I didn't offer it even though there is one that is finished, because I have one that's completely finished. It's right here. How cute is that? No, it's not completely finished. I lied. I need to put a little button here on the dress on the back, but yeah, little rabbits with a beret on her head and a beautiful pretty little dress. The pattern is the Nibbles from Cynthia Valley. I just love it, and I have knit the second rabbit for my second daughter, but it's not stuffed. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's here. It's cute. It's not stuffed. I need to stuff it between its legs and just sew it. And I have started the second dress that I took off the needles because I needed it, but I've done the whole skirt part of the dress, and then after that I need to make another beret like this one, and I will be done. So that's not very long. I'd really like to finish that, and if I finish those and my sons all, they will all have their little thingy, so that would be great. Then one other thing, I will not finish this one, that's for sure, but you know, show some bravery and keep working on it. This is my Tonight Top by Lily Kate France. It's Lily Kate Makes, sorry. You start with the back panel, and here is what I got. It's not super easy to show because it's navy blue, but it's in Knitting for Olive, navy blue. Do I have a label on it or not? Doesn't seem like it. No, I don't have a label here. Anyway, the yarn is great and the pattern is great. The sizing is a little bit weird, but overall it's well written. But as I was saying in my previous video, I am on 225mm needles and it's taking forever and it's hurting my hands, but I like to work on that. And last but not least, I started a few months ago now working on a jacket. Oh, no, not a jacket, absolutely not. On a blanket. That's it, on a blanket. This is the Nectar blanket by, can't remember. Is that my pattern? No, that's not my pattern. Yeah, that's something else. I don't have a pattern here. I want to say Isoletic, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I'm going to put it down on the screen. But Nectar blankets with those octagons here. And I'm using one neutral to make the border on each piece, and 3 different colors. You got the 3 colors here. There is this dark green, then this golden brown, and this maybe latte brown. And yeah, I've made a few of those. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 of those, and I think I've made a third of what I need for the blankets. I've been washing and blocking each one after making it, and I've tried assembling all, but it was boring, so I didn't go on. I like the knitting part. It's rather easy, rather quick to make one, but it's the part that comes afterwards that's really bothering me. I'm using Holst yarn, sorry for the crinkle noise, Holst yarn super soft. I got a cone for the beige, kind of beige. It's the color almond. It's 100% wool. Then I got this one is the latte brown. It's called mouflon in French. Does it has a number? No, it doesn't. Yeah. The green one is cloverleaf. That's the one. And the golden brown, that's the one here, and it's called brass. So yeah, really love it, really looking forward to having it, and honestly I think it would work in my Christmas 2026 project. Like, those colors do say Christmas to me too, so yeah, that's another project I like to be working on. Maybe not finished, because you know it's a blanket, it's pretty big, and I want to make it even bigger than the biggest size in the pattern. But if I could go on, because I have the octagons, and then I have little triangles, and then I have half octagons to make. Is it octagons? No, it's hexagons. Sorry. So I have little half ones to make, and then little triangles to make the blankets square in the end. So that's lots of work, but if I could go on, it would be great. So yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to show you guys for tonight. I will I will maybe knit a little bit, and then I will go to bed. So I will see you later on. Hey guys, we are Tuesday, February the 10th, and I am just filming a little bit of something to close this video. It's gonna be rather quick. There has been quite a bit of progress on my husband's Pagan Sky sweater. Very fast. You're probably tired of this one, but here I am with the first sleeve. It is as beautiful as ever. My husband is currently away for work, but I will stop right here because, as you can see, if this sleeve was for me, it would already be too long, especially given there is no ribbing on it, but I have worked all the decreases. That's why there are little stitch markers here. So that's that. On my Scotty sweater, I don't have it right here, but I have kept working a little bit on the vertical lines that I've been crocheting. I have not started on the horizontal lines. I should do that, but I have been procrastinating because I am afraid I will mess it up. The other project I had started was my how is it called? My Tonight Top by Lily Kate Makes, and unfortunately I had to frog this one. I had worked the back panel up until the moment I was supposed to increase for under the arms, and I had not made any gauge swatch for this project, and when I reached that point I decided I should probably measure my swatch to my gauge, to know where I was. And well, to be fair, I was supposed to be knitting, if I picked the sorry, I'm tired, it's been a long day. If I used the recommended needles, that would have been a 3.25mm needles, but I am a very loose knitter and I always have to go down at least one size, and in this point I picked a 2.5mm needles. The thing is, I was using Knitting for Olive Merino, as the recommended yarn is a fingering weight yarn, and Knitting for Olive Merino is closer to a light fingering, so that plus my tiny needles equals, I think the recommended gauge was 28 stitches, something like that, and I was at 35, so that was crazy. No, 26 stitches and I was at 35, which was almost 10 stitches more. And I didn't even count all the rows when I reached the point of the recommended number of rows. I can't remember what that was, but basically that was giving me 6 centimeters instead of 10 centimeters. So I was way off, way too tight, which meant that the finished garment would have been way too little for me, so I just ripped it out and didn't have time to start it over. It's always a bit of a bummer when you have to frog something, but let's be honest, it's okay. I was not working that much on it anyway, and maybe it will be less painful for my hands to work it again in a bit. I think I'm gonna just use the recommended needles and see how it goes. So that was for all of my garment projects. And the other thing I did was, I can't remember which one was the first, probably this one, yeah. I made a little star, a Strajana star, I think it was, little ornaments for next Christmas. And I told you I love this pattern, and I had made a mistake in the way you made the decreases. So I had shown you that I made a second one, so those are the two that have the wrong decreases, and I made a third one, but at this point I'm able to make them without referencing the pattern because it's very, very simple. And I didn't mess up the increases. I'm like, it's not as well shaped as the other two, but I made the decreases right here, and as you can see I have this very crisp line, which is beautiful, and I think better than this where I was messing my centered double decreases. So yeah, that's the right way of doing it, and I love it. And because I wanted to, you know, I actually was thinking of Petite Knit's free pattern, the Christmas caramel thingy, and I was looking for my scraps of red yarn, and I was thinking about this type of yarn, like I think this is shawl, in a very bright red, but when I searched I found, where is it? Yeah, this is the one. It's brighter on the screen, I think, than it is on in real life. This is very much of a in French I would call it rouge bordeaux. I can't remember the name in English, but it's dark red, not as bright as you see it on the screen right now. And it is okay. Sorry, and forgive me if there is a bit of a shift in the whole thing. My memory card was full, so I had to do a bit of cleaning before I could keep recording. So I was saying I found this one ball of Gepard yarn all day organic in the color 344. It's right here, which is a really beautiful dark red that I love. I used this to make, can't remember the name of the pattern, but a sweater by Rebecca Clow that I very much love, and I doubled it with another red yarn by La Bien-Aimée. I had one ball left over that, to be honest, I had completely forgotten about, and first idea was to use the same yarn as for the stars, like this one and this one, to make the Christmas caramel by Petite Knit. But then I found another free pattern that is called the Wisteria bow. Can't remember the name of the designer, it will be on the screen, but it's a little bow like that normally has a little pattern on the bow. I don't know why it's not focusing, but yeah, that's it. And I didn't make the pattern here on the fabric. I just, it wasn't supposed to be textured. And why does it? Here you go. There should be some texture on it. Oh, I see what it is. It's my camera is trying to focus on the flowers on my very vintage wallpaper. Yeah, no, you're not supposed to focus on the flowers. You're supposed to focus here on the bow. If I do that, yeah, it's working right now. So yeah, there's no pattern on mine. There's just stockinette, because I think that kind of pattern would consume a lot of yarn, and I have only one ball. But yeah, for my little projects of ornaments for winter 2026, I already have 4 ornaments. So that means, given my original goal was to make 1 ornament per month, I am now ahead by 2 months, which is great, and hopefully I can keep going on like that, because as I said, this is a little bit longer because you have to increase and decrease and increase and decrease, but those I can make in 2 hours, so I wanted to make at least 6 of those, and I think that's very much doable. And if I take a lot of advance on my ornaments like that, maybe I will muster the courage to start on my Christmas nativity that I'm supposed to crochet. But that, friends, is a story for another episode. Okay, so I said goodbye last night. Then I proceeded to editing my video, and that's when I realized that I had not shown you my finished objects of the week, like all of them at least. So I had already shown you this little rabbit that was not completely finished because the dress is not closed. This one didn't go any further, but I did finish to dress up the second one of those little rabbits. That's the one that's for my youngest, and I have finished the dress. It's closed here on the skirt part. I've sewn it, even though that's not what the pattern recommends, but I need to put on a little button here to finish closing it up. My youngest is 5 years old, so she's old enough to have something with a tiny button on it. And then I made the beret. Which, yeah, here you can see it. It has little places to put the ears here. And of course I've stuffed the rabbits to give it its proper shape. So I'm very, very, very happy about that. The pattern is very clear. It exists in French and in English, but I'd rather use the English version because, I don't know, I'm just more comfortable with English abbreviations, and it's just more straightforward than the French code for knitting. So yeah, I finished those two, and now I have to muster the courage to finish the awl, which I didn't touch. One other thing I'm trying to kick my butt about is this one that I've mentioned earlier, and I should the blockers to show you, but basically this is my wedding shawl that I never finished for my wedding, and it's beautiful, and I cannot show it to you right now because basically what I did is I stuck my needles in the yarn ball, then I took off the needles and I put stitch blockers at the end of my cables to make sure nothing would go away, which was important because I don't know if you will see, but there are little beads all over this beautiful cable, lace shawl. I think I have something like 7 rows to do before I'm done. Yeah, that's it, seven rows, and I'm done. But if I remember well, when I stopped working on this one, it was years ago, I was not as skilled as I am now, but it would take me half an hour per row. So 7 rows are 3.5 hours, and then I have to bind off. And I have to account for the fact that, like, I'm going to show you just a little bit, but here when you have blue squares, it's where I have to put beads on, and I can't remember how I did that. Like, I know I have the beads, they're in there. That's why I stopped, actually. I remember now. I didn't have enough beads, so I bought beads and I didn't have time to use them, and I think in the rush of everything I had to buy them again, but I didn't have enough time to finish this. And actually I have just literally right now opened the letter where the beads I had ordered to finish it were sent in. So yeah, that's a shame. So here are the little beads. They are really, really beautiful golden beads like that. And on this fading green yarn, it's beautiful, but yeah, I've never done that part, so that's a shame, but that's what it is. And I will try to start again on that tonight. I have a label for the yarn right here. Color was Irish Moss. It was 75% merino and 25% mulberry silk, and it was 100 gram for 800 meters, and it was from Wool Elf, and I bought that on Etsy. So yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. I hope you liked this episode. So if you did, please like and subscribe and leave a comment if you feel like it. Bye.